Let me begin by tendering unreserved apology to you all on the altar, and particularly for our friend who brought because while you were giving the sermon, rudely I would say, I came in with the governor, with the immediate pastor, and with the governor of Anambra. We should not do that. But I will put it this way: you are guilty with a tradition. From Lagos. I planned, and the governor was kind enough to provide an aircraft. I planned at 7 a.m. and I thought we would be in Uyo not later than 8 a.m. And I thought I would be able to join the governor not later than 9 a.m. And I was sure that, well, I will even have tea with the governor, if not breakfast. And come to the church not later than 10 o'clock. I left Abeokuta by 5 a.m. I got to Lagos in time. The plane was not immediately ready. When the plane was ready, we were private jets. I said, what are we doing here? You said they want to find out the weather condition in Uyo. And after about 10 minutes, he came back and said, the weather condition in Uyo is good enough for her to travel and to take the aircraft. So I had two problems. The captain was a lady. So there's limit to how much I can pull my rank as a general on the captain. Two, as the captain, I'm piloting the aircraft, the last say. I I look at Governor Peter Obi, I said, what do? He said we have to obey her. Yeah, he said she will come back in 30 minutes. 30 minutes, she came back. He said the weather is still bad. Then Governor Peter Obi phoned somebody, I don't know who he phoned. He said, look, plane have landed in Uyo, so we call our lady captain. Planes have landed in Uyo. He said, yes, that the weather is still not good enough. Well, with this explanation, I hope we are forgiven. You know, from what I heard from our friend and the General Secretary in his sermon, what he said about His Eminence relate Sunday Bank. All I will say is I concur, and then I will go and sit down. Some of you know him better than I do. If there is any Christian leader in Nigeria that I have come across, that I will say that what I know of him, when he dies, I will have no doubt that he will be in the kingdom of God. It will be Sunday bound. You know, not a man of emotion. You don't get emotion out of him. But you get Sunday bound. You get what he is and he was out of him. And I will just tell you my own experience. I was in prison. Some of you may not know that. I came out of prison and I was under pressure to contest the presidency in Nigeria. And when I agreed, I started going around. And one of the Christian leaders I went to was Sunday Bank in Lagos. It was the prelate and the president of Christian Association of Nigeria. It was in the morning, and I got there, and I greeted him, and I said, "Sir, I come to see you." He said, "What come to see me for?" As if we have been quarreling. So I said, "Well, you know, I just come out of prison and I have been having this pressure to come." He said, "Bet you are a military man." Oh, I said, "Yes, I was." He said, "As far as I'm concerned, you are still a military man, and I won't vote for you." I was short of words. I said, sir, well, you are a leader of one of the important denominations in Nigeria, and courtesy demand that I should come to you. He said, well, you may come to me 10 times, I will not vote for you. So I thanked him and left, because I don't know what else I could do or I could say. Well, he told me that actually he did not vote for me. I don't know whether he voted at all, but he did not vote for me. When I became president, he still remained the prelate and the president of Christian Association of Nigeria. And of necessity, we had to work together. Of necessity. So, prelate Sunday Bank came to me and said, look, this economical center that have been on for almost 15 years, get us money to complete it and finish with it. My inner feeling was to say, that you didn't vote for me, why? But I somewhat restrained myself, and I said, sir, I will not drop money for the completion of a Christian building. Because if I do that for Christians, I will have to do it for Muslims. I will have to do it for Babalawo. I will have to do it for Shango worshippers. So, I will not. He said, then what will you do? I said, I will lead fundraising for the completion of the economical center, which I did. And we raised enough money to complete the economical center, to make it unique. It would be a good thing if we could have a revolving altar. And I said, how much will that cost? They mentioned some money, which could be accommodated in the money we have raised. And that economical center, now called National Christian Center, is the only church in Nigeria that I know with revolving altar. But that's not all. Prelate Bank and I then became the best of friends. We became very, very close. And when I say very close, very close, he will advise me, he will seek my opinion, and I found him such a great man, such a unique human being, such an unbelievable beauty that I'm such a nationalistic Nigerian. That is very important. That on everything that I needed any piece of advice or to consult, when Governor Emmanuel Udom around, I would pretend as if I was coming to see Governor Udom, which I will see in any way, but really it is to seek opinion and view and advice from the late bank. May so